After the Blue Jays give us a beautiful trade earlier today, and we're feeling fantastic, we got some more arms, and we're like, oh, this is fantastic. They put up this. They lose 7-5 to the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yard, and they dropped to 43-40 on the year. I said in that video, I'm like, you got that big stretch. You got Baltimore here, you got Tampa next, and then you have the Boston Red Sox right out of the All-Star break. I mean, it's so important. And then you go up there and you lose game 1 against the Orioles. Like, it's just tough. A guy you've never seen on the mound before in a big league format, and he lights you up. And Steven Matz was great through 3. He was fantastic through 3 innings. But as Mets fans did warn us, he caves in 1 inning or 2 innings, and you're like, what the heck happened? And that's what happened today. You know, and it's just not pretty enough. Top of the first, Vladdy, sac fly. It was a line drive, laser beam, sac fly to left field. Simeon comes in to score on the play. It was first and third, nobody out, so a good job of cashing in for Vladdy. You're up 1-0. But then the offense just kind of disappears. Bottom of the fourth, Severino hits a home run. And bottom of the fifth, Mancini scores on a wild pitch. And Mullins hits another home run. And just like that, it's literally way up to 7-1. And I'm like, what the hell happened here? You know, and you had the 1-0 lead. And in a matter of the fourth and the fifth inning, you just kind of, boom, blow up. And they score 7 runs. The Baltimore Orioles. And Trent Thornton was terrible as well. My goodness. He comes in the 4-1 ball game trying to mop up the mess. Yeah, he makes it even worse. It was 2/3 of an inning. I was 3 hits and 3 runs. He was not good at all. And the Blue Jays try and make it interesting. Top of the 7th inning, Randall Grichuk gets a solo bomb, making it 7-2. Then top of the 8th, Vladdy goes deep to straightaway center field, makes it 7-3. Then in the top of the 9th inning, Gurriel goes deep. Grichuk scores on the plate, 7-5. But that's all she wrote. And something I want to talk to you guys about, and I want to ask you, it's early in the video, so you guys might be able to see this, is the Reese Mcguire experiment over? The reason I say this, remember when Reese Mcguire's numbers, he was hitting like 320 on the year. Your pitching staff was looking great. You know, this was last week against Seattle, right? We're feeling fantastic here. He's just raking all over the place. And Jansen and Kirk were on the IL. The Reese Mcguire, going into the game today, was hitting 290 on the year, so he dropped off significantly. And I think he went 0 for today. I mean, he may have got 1 hit. He allowed the wild pitch to score and scoring Trey Mancini. And in that 9th inning, when Gurriel hit the bomb, he was the next guy up. He got out in a big situation. Is the experiment over? Did we ride the wave long enough that we're kind of seeing it come down now? I don't know. I want to get your guys' thoughts in the comments. With Jansen obviously back with the team and Alejandro Kirk in AAA Buffalo rehabbing, he'll be a little bit before he comes back. But with him rehabbing, do you think the Reese Mcguire experiment's kind of going away? I want to get your guys' thoughts in the comments below. But let's talk about the pitching staff. Let's go through this, all right? Steven Matz obviously got the start today, went 4 innings, allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 strikeouts. 4 of those runs, all the runs came in those 2 innings, the 4th and the 5th inning. I mean, he just had a rough time out there. And then Trent Thornton comes out, goes 2/3 an inning, allows 3 hits, 3 runs, and a strikeout. He was terrible. You know, and then the rest of the guys, they found a way to settle it down and allow the Blue Jays even to crawl back and make it 7-5. Tyler Saucedo was great, went 2/3 an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, but nothing else doing. Jacob Barnes has been phenomenal since coming over from the New York Mets. He went an inning and 2/3, allowed 1 hit and a couple strikeouts, so he was great. And Anthony Castro was good. Went an inning, allowed 1 walk and a couple strikeouts. And allowed the Blue Jays to get back into this ball game, but it was the bad start, bad couple innings from Steven Matz, and then the inability to really get any outs in Trent Thornton's case, because he hasn't been very good lately. He had a ridiculously good start to the year, as the entire Jays bullpen did. But then he hit that really bad rough patch, and he is still in it. He has not been very good lately, in ERA approaching 5 at this point. Remember when he was in the 2s, and he was like a really reliable long inning guy? Do you think Anthony Kay is kind of taking that role over? Because we all got to look back at Anthony Kay's last couple outings. He had the 1 start, I think it was against Baltimore. Then he came in a relief appearance, I want to say Seattle. I could be wrong. Maybe it was in Tampa, where he went like 4 innings, and he's gotten shutout ball in both times. And he's a lefty. Do you maybe look at that? I don't know. But for Trent Thornton, he has not been very good lately. I want to get your guys' thoughts on that in the comments below. Offensively, other than the few home runs that we hit, I think Simeon had a walk. I think Bo had a base hit and a walk. Grichuk went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored on the home run and the RBI. Gurriel went 3 for 4 with a run scored, a couple RBIs and a home run, but had that horrendous throw from left field in the first inning. Didn't come back to hurt you, but just a really, really bad throw from him in left field. And we're not going to talk about this game anymore because I don't want to. It was a terrible game. You didn't get a good start. Your first bullpen guy who came out was terrible. Your offense tried to come back late, but it was you're down 7-1. I don't care who you're facing. That's not an easy thing to come back from. And you lost game 1 against the Baltimore Orioles. It's enough said. Game 2 goes tomorrow. And I mentioned the whole Danny Jansen thing. Well, he's going to get the start tomorrow. Hyun Jin Ryu is on the mound versus Matt Harvey. It's a 7:05 first pitch in game 2 of the 3-game set against the O's. And for Hyun Jin Ryu, we all know that he has been really bad in the month of June, and his first start in July was not pretty whatsoever. Well, what I've been saying on the Instagram Lives, I've been saying it here on the videos, is that is it a coincidence, though, that Danny Jansen went down? Maybe it wasn't exactly when he started struggling, but it was very close to that, considering that he hadn't basically struggled in his entire career as a Blue Jay, even to start the year with Danny Jansen behind the dish. But then all of a sudden, Jansen goes down, he has a terrible month. Is that the fact that he's the comfort level with his catcher? I don't know. But that they get reunited there tomorrow night. So it's something I think we all want to keep an eye on tomorrow is how is Ryu and Danny Jansen going to work in their first time back. Jansen has had a game to play, so it's not like he's 100% rusty. But for Ryu, it's all about his changeup. It is all about his changeup. If he can locate that in the bottom quadrant of that strike zone and below, like just below, he'll be fine. He'll be absolutely fine because that makes everything else play. If he's running a good changeup, they're going to start looking changeup, and that makes his 91-mile-an-hour fastball to 89, whatever range it is, and his curveball or his slider, whatever the heck he throws, really, really dominant because there's so much thinking about that really dominant changeup that you forget about everything else, and you have much more things to worry about. But when you're sitting just fastball or just slider because the changeup is not working for him, I mean, you got to look at it and say there's only 2 pitches to look for. And it's kind of incredible because Hyun Jin Ryu, when his changeup's on, no one can hit him. All you do is add 1 pitch, but it makes everything else work. So the things I'm keeping an eye on tomorrow, and you guys should too, is his changeup command and how's he working with Danny Jansen. I think that's what we're all going to look to tomorrow for Hyun Jin Ryu. I know you're playing the Baltimore Orioles, but you got to take it with a grain of salt, and you got to just take every start that you can with Hyun Jin Ryu. And we're all going to look at tomorrow and watch the command and watch how he's working with Danny behind the dish. All right, so guys, I'm not going to talk about any more of this ball game because I don't want to. I know I said that already, but I'm going to say it again because it needs to be reiterated that was a terrible ball game out there by the Toronto Blue Jays. And we'll move on tomorrow, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you did not enjoy the game today, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays, all right? And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, as we always know, tomorrow night, game 2 of the 3-game set against the O's. Hyun Jin Ryu gets the ball for the Blue Jays. Matt Harvey gets the ball for the O's. 7:05 first pitch there at Camden Yard. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.